Hello and welcome, fellow snobs. Today I'd like to talk to you about a small little TV show called Resident Alien, which is just starting up its third season. This show is based on the Dark Horse comic, and I have to say it's probably one of my favorite shows right now, definitely. It is a comedy, drama / mystery. And let me give you a little bit of the premise of the show. Hopefully, this isn't too much spoilery, but it's in the third season, so gotta give me a little break. So, after crash landing on Earth, an alien who has been sent to wipe out humanity, played by Alan Tudyk, he takes the identity of a vacationing physician. So he then becomes he's taken on this identity. He's got the ability to change his shape as an alien, and he has to do an autopsy on the town doctor who has died under unknown circumstances. He eventually takes over that doctor's clinic as acting as the visiting physician, and he kind of wrestles with the moral dilemma of his secret mission. Which, while also dealing with the mayor's young son, who has the ability to see his true appearance. So that is kind of just the start. We find out in the first episode that he's been sent. Alan Tudyk has been sent to destroy Earth. That's revealed at the end of the first episode. So that's the sort of that's the background of the show. Why is this show good? First of all, it stars Alan Tudyk. He's probably one of my favorite actors right now. He's, you probably know him. He's best known for Firefly. He was K2SO in Rogue One. He was a character in some of the Transformers movie. He's like the security guard to the other guy. He's done tons and tons of voice work for various video games and animation. He voiced Superman for at least one of the Justice League videos, an older one. But he's got tons. He's working a lot, especially lately. He's got tons and tons of voice work for various games. He's quite good in the show. So he's a pretty funny guy anyway. But you would think that looking at the story, it's kind of an obvious sort of thing. He is it's the typical fish out of water story where the alien comes down. He doesn't know our ways. He's supposed to destroy the Earth, and that's going to be it. But instead, he crash lands, and now he's got to figure out how to rebuild his bomb. But during that process, he comes to, like the people. So, you would expect there to be a certain number of, various obvious types of lines. For example, he's going to treat children badly, especially the child who can, see who he is. He's going to treat the kid badly because, he doesn't know how humans are supposed to act to kids. So he's going to react in an inappropriate fashion for a human adult. The thing is that, you you can see all these types of things. He's going to say the, inappropriate things at the right time. But first of all, the way that Tudyk delivers the line, it makes it funny. But also the line is, while the type of line is kind of obvious, the exact line isn't. And it's the writers have it, they change it up a little bit, and his delivery makes it funny. Even though, it should be kind of an obvious one. So I think that my personal opinion is, the reason the show is so good is, number one, is Alan Tudyk as the main character. He does a great job of acting as the character. Just even his facial expressions, which are kind of blank and sort of surprised at everything. He does that very well, and along with the lines that he's given to say and the way he delivers them. Second reason why the show is good. The supporting cast is very strong. and it's particularly in, I should say that, and the supporting cast by the start of season 3, the personalities and the characters are fairly well built out. You've got the character of Asta and Darcy. They've got something going on between, their kids growing up friends, and that's their relationship, is irrespective of the alien. They have their own set of relationship. The sheriff Thompson and his deputy Baker, they've got a certain relationship going on, and their characters it's fairly well developed. It's surprising how well the characters are developed, and there's other characters too. I'm just naming those as more of the main ones. But you've got the kid and his friend. They're fairly well developed. You've got the mayor and his wife and other characters. There's all kinds of stuff going on. So it's well written, and you actually become to after the first couple of episodes, 6 episodes, you actually start to care about the characters. Now I'm going to mention another thing. So one of the main characters, probably the female lead, you'd probably say she's a female lead, Asta. She's Native American. Now, when I first saw this, I was a little bit, I'm like, uh-oh, they're going to ruin it. It's going to be one of these woke garbage, she's great and everybody else sucks. But no, it really realistically deals with her personality and her problems, and she's not a caricature of a Native American. She's a person who happens to be Native American, as opposed to a Native American first. She's got when she was young, she gave up her daughter for adoption, and her daughter lives in the town and doesn't really know that she's at the beginning doesn't really know that she's her mother. So there's she's got that issue that she's sort of dealing with, but it's dealt with in a realistic fashion and not on a racial bias. It's as a character. So good on the writers for doing that. Also, the third thing is it's got. I've been recently rewatching some episodes of Lost from the beginning, and that show moves. It moves so slowly along, like just dishing out little pieces of the plot, the overarching plot as you go. And it's probably because it wasn't written beforehand. It was written, on the fly in a sense, season by season. Now, this story is based, as I said, on a Dark Horse comic. So the story is set up already. So the story moves along a little bit quicker. So within all the various character development and the situations with the characters, there's the town doctor has died under mysterious circumstances. So the sheriff is looking into that, and he's uncovering weird things that are going on, which reflects on the alien's character. There's also an overarching, the alien was supposed to be there to destroy Earth. So now he's trying to, he's acting oddly while he's trying to get pieces of his technology back to, so he can finish his mission. But then, of course, there are, he's acting weird, and they're checking him out. There's all kinds of, they eventually, not to give too much away, they eventually introduce the usual secret government agency who's looking into aliens, and they've detected that something weird is going on in this town, and they're hanging around. And even more, we are introduced to, in the end of season 2, we're introduced into other aliens, the Greys, which have other designs on Earth. And it's kind of hinted that the reason that Alan Tudyk's character wanted to his race wants to destroy Earth is they kind of want to deny it to the Greys for some reason, and the Greys have been here longer and they're up to no good. So this whole overarching Earth and hidden alien story is overall moving on, and it's moving on quite reasonably well. So you're finding out. You've got a good overarching storyline with all this various character development going on while the show is going on. So I can't really, I don't want to give too much more away. I highly recommend it. I like it. It might not, the humor might not be to the taste of everyone, but I like that dry style of humor. So that's part of the reason that I enjoy it so much. The sort of the one-liners that are just developed, that are just delivered, and just boom. And as I said, it's not completely obvious like most sitcoms are. So you've got that. You've got the mystery going on where different characters are trying to find out what's going on, and even the main character, Harry Vanderspiegel, the Alan Tudyk's character, he's sort of trying to find out a mystery too. Like he's sort of wondering, well, what are the Greys up to? You know, I've found that they're here, but there's quite some very, it's quite some interesting, storylines. Like when he takes over as a doctor for the town, and of course, he doesn't know anything about humans, and he doesn't know anything about being a doctor. He's not a doctor, but he's just like, he just slams humans. We consider doctors to be quite, intelligent and well educated, but he's like, oh, I just Googled it all and, tell them what to do. And he's able to, be the town doctor and fool everybody and actually deliver good care to people simply by, Googling things about humans, because he's, so smart about, so much more advanced and smarter than any of us. So, there's a lot to like about the show. I would recommend giving it a try. You try the first, couple episodes, and you should be hooked by then. And in addition, it's apparently, I didn't know this myself, but it's on Netflix now. So you can watch it on Netflix. It's a sci-fi series. I don't know if you can get the present season on Netflix, but it is apparently on Netflix, and so you can probably start catching up. But it is a sci-fi channel show, and highly recommend it. Quite funny in a dry humor sense of way, moves along at a good clip. Great supporting cast, great actors. It's definitely one to watch. So that's it for this episode of Worth Watching. Like, subscribe, and...
This is some bullshit!